You can fool anybody once, many, several times, but you cannot fool anybody all the time forever, which is one of the main reasons that every single relationship a narcissist has will inevitably fail, because at some point you eventually realize that there is something not quite right going on here. Even if you can't put your finger on what, you still get this sense that there is absolutely nothing normal, standard, or typical about this relationship, nor is there anything normal about ending a relationship or cutting ties with a narcissist either, which outside of the fact pure evil in human form, just a walking about hidden in plain sight, even exist, is one of the most baffling and difficult concepts in regards to narcissists to get your head wrapped around. Because logically, it seems ending a relationship with them would bring about a sense of relief, like the weight of the world has been lifted from your shoulders by finally coming to an end of this horrifyingly miserable, chaotic living nightmare being in a relationship created for your life. But nope. Oddly enough, ending a relationship with a narcissist is far more brutal and soul-shatteringly painful than any other breakup or divorce you will ever experience. Almost like these wicked, twisted Energizer Bunny demons have just received an IV bolus of Red Bull that has taken their evil and cranked it up another notch. But understanding the reasons behind the root cause that leads to what makes ending a relationship with a narcissist so difficult and has such a devastating impact in every aspect of an individual's life, that helps you to see why it legitimately becomes a necessity to cut ties with a narcissist, and offers a huge help in your ability to be able to let go and truly begin your journey in healing. In order for any relationship you ever have with anyone to be healthy and long-lasting, it requires the presence of both authenticity and attachment. More or less, you stay true to yourself and what you believe in, seeing to it that your needs get met by being genuine and vulnerable in your interactions and ways you communicate with others that are congruent with how you truly feel on the inside, as well feel seen and understood by the other person. But when you're in a relationship with a narcissist that in all actuality, by definition, really isn't even a relationship to begin with, as a relationship requires two people. The narcissist, there's not. It is the narcissist, period. But furthermore, you not only sacrifice authenticity in efforts to obtain attachment to a person who has not a single authentic cell in their body and literally does not even see others as individuals, but rather as objects. So no secure attachment ever forms. What does form instead is a one-sided bond known to many as none other than the trauma bond. Then just go right ahead and throw on top the intentional and deliberate neglect of your emotional needs, invalidating your feelings, beliefs, and values, robbing you of your sense of worth, sense of safety, essentially causing you to lose touch entirely with who you are. So you now have nothing to ground you back to reality with, and no one else in the world to turn to for help with this, as the only human connection you've really had lately has been with a narcissist, as they have isolated you from your family and friends, basically leaving you naked, alone, lost in the dark, without a fucking clue as to how you got here, and no idea what direction to head in to take you back to civilization, or if you even have the energy to make it if you tried. And with the rare chance you did, likely wouldn't be able to trust a soul once you got there. And honestly, all you really want to do is go dig yourself a hole and crawl in it, which sounds pretty shitty no matter how you cut it. But why this is so impactful, causes such detriment to one's life, is easier to see if you look at the needs of authenticity and attachment, not in the context to their importance of establishing a healthy relationship, but of their importance of the role in their basic need for human survival. As being left naked, alone, in the dark, without a life-sustainable resource as far as the eye can see, sense of survival, you literally are about as good as dead. Where in your quote-unquote normal breakups, despite sacrificing part or even all of your authenticity, you still remember and know who you are at the core, as well as having others to lean on for support. And though loss is never easy and is heartbreaking for anyone to experience, despite how bad it feels, you know deep down that you will survive. With a narcissist, you're more like that of an altricial baby bird whose parents up and left to fly south for the winter. Basically, you're fucked. Which got me thinking that perhaps maybe narcissists aren't just out for your soul. Once you have failed to meet the expectation, being their delusional kind of fucking perfect, and they realize they can't just cut and paste the very essence of who you are onto them, they bestow upon you to what, in the narcissist's eyes, would be the ultimate punishment, reverting you back to an infantile state so they can up and abandon you, leaving you completely helpless, causing you naturally to cling on and to hold on to that hope for dear life. They are the only shot at survival that you have, which is beyond sick and twisted. That's like straight out the horror movie, Michael Myers kind of bullshit, and why it is vital to cut your ties, cut your losses, and work on remembering who you are and getting back your life, your sanity, and your freedom. Because otherwise, they are not going to stop. And no one is worth losing your life, your sanity, and your soul for, especially not for that kind of bullshit. Focus on you. Fuck the narcissist.